Hey guys, Mr. Markcoos here, and back to MLO Master League Online. Now, again, still not changed any of the kits yet, not done that yet. I need my time, man. I need to think. Like, I can't just go out. I can just make the kits red and white and be boring like hell, but I want to try and think of actually a good kit design. So, don't pressure me. I got some comments here, not comments, but I get some messages on Google Plus and whatnot saying, "Oh, make this, make that." Yeah, give me my time, man. But yeah, as you can see in this episode's only about 7 minutes long, maybe, yeah, 7 minutes long. And that's down to actually the second and third game both disconnecting. It was really, really weird. You'll see at the end of this episode, of course, at roughly around the 6 minute mark. Yeah. Sorry, that is absolutely horrendous. Should not be coughing on camera, but on camera, on doing vocals with my voice is absolutely strained like hell. Too much partying recently, Jesus Christ. But anyway, when we get to this guy, and he was playing as Roma. He had Arnautovic, like, Jesus Christ, what an absolute beast. He had Rabiot, he had Insigne, but not Lorenzo Insigne, the other one, Robenzo. I don't know, but he had Insigne, he had an Insigne, he had a Corbelos, I think is how you pronounce it. But he had a pretty decent team. He had Iwi Gesic in goal, because everyone has Iwi Gesic in goal for some ridiculous reason. But yeah, I mean, this game was at Old Trafford, so I was like, well, it's going to be a great game, isn't it? So he started off, he played a really long ball up to Arnautovic, and he knew that Arnautovic would beat any of my players. He basically tried to run through, got a ball away. It was a really tough game, this game especially. Like, I sort of showed how good I am at this game, while the guy sort of showed how good he is at the game as well. So it was a relatively interesting match to actually play. Iwi Gesic was in goal for me, so it wasn't really too bad. But this bit in the beginning of this match, okay, I actually showed like the first 10 minutes of the match because how ridiculous it was. I mean, I got really lucky there for Akkerberg to get through on goal, get a shot away, keeper makes a good save, and I got a corner kick. But I mean, like, this game has so many different play styles. I've never actually noticed how many play styles there actually are. There's, of course, chip through balls and all whatnot, but you can actually play good football. You can actually play like long ball football, and it all works. It's absolutely amazing. But anyway, 6 minutes on the clock, and he was playing some pretty decent football, just trying to like sort of gauge where I was in terms of how good a player I was and whatnot. And like, he was blocking stuff, he was sort of reading me and whatnot. But then Akkerberg gets through on goal after a Roderick mistake, and Akkerberg through on goal as expected. Akkerberg with a shot. Iwi Gesic actually came up for a pretty good save. Considering I don't really rate Iwi Gesic. I mean, him and Leisenthal have the exact same rating, but Iwi Gesic's better for me anyway. But yeah, I mean, I want to really improve me going forward first before I improve the back line. It's really weird, but yeah, it's really probably enough to say. But in the 10th minute of the match, he gives the ball straight to me with Menandinho, passes it through to Castolas with one touch, Castolas with an absolutely amazing clinical finish with the beast from Brazil, I believe. Anyway, yeah, he is. So in the 16th minute, actually basically from kickoff, he got the ball past Iwi Gesic, and Akkerberg scored. And I was a bit pissed off because, well, I wanted to keep the lead longer. Like, keeping the lead for like 6 minutes is not good. You want to keep it for a good like 10, 15 minutes, sort of settle down and whatnot. But he plays a really good ball into Arnautovic, and he gets to the ball first before Iwi Gesic. So, like, the guy wasn't spamming the through balls or anything. He was actually playing some pretty decent football, but he kept giving the ball quite cheaply away. Like, for example, here, I'm sure he gives it cheaply away to me, and I actually end up scoring, if I can remember correctly. Yeah, because there, Orlean gets it back, Pacini gives it back to him. Orlean just sort of runs with it for a bit, and Rabiot comes back, tries to play the ball down. He doesn't really pass it. Orlean plays it to Menandinho, and Menandinho with a composed finish. So the game was getting close, and then we should have scored that. I don't know how I missed that. I don't know how Akkerberg missed it, but it was getting good. We were relatively decent. Both teams playing quite well. Basically, the pass completion stat in this game is a bit inconsistent, because you could have like a pass completion of 95%, but you could still lose the game like 10-0. So it doesn't really mean as much as it did last year, when it was just basically like a pass completion of like 15%, and you've just hacked, and that guy just hacked me. But yeah, I mean, from this, the pass completion is a bit irrelevant now compared to what it was last year. But from that, okay, from the hack, I gave the ball to Choji Hun, and Choji Hun just keeps going, and he just pops it in the back of the net for his first goal for the Markcoos Mafia. And he was only going to be a backup player, but I've actually noticed how good he actually is. A nice little 1-2 with Akerberg and Markkoos. Markkoos digs across out to the back post, and Castolis is there to pop it in the back of the net with an absolutely pretty decent header, actually, which is, I was relatively surprised by that. But then Orlean actually got the guy sent off, Rabot, because he was the same one who had hacked when I was running through with Pacini. So with that being said, I was like, well, he'll go into the last minutes of the match, he'll try and do his best. So he runs down, he gets the ball to Akerberg basically, and he actually sweats it, but doesn't sweat back. He cuts it back after some ridiculous defending, and he really should score. Glasgow should score here, and he misses it. And I was like, oh god, like, okay then, fair enough, that's fine to me. And suddenly it just came out of the game saying that I've been disconnected. So I was a bit pissed off because I thought, oh no, he's just lag quit and he's bloody cheated the game. But no, he actually physically was like, I'm having none of this, and he just quit the game outright, because I think it was the fact that he just missed like a extremely easy chance. So it's the match be abandoned as communication is lost with the host, and it's been the command abandoned as your component as disconnected. So I wasn't really too bothered by it. I was a bit disappointed because I like finishing games off, but with that being said, it wasn't really too much of a problem for me. But I went out and actually bought Didier Yakonan. Not because he's fast, just because I need a better striker, because Menandinho's a good striker, Ratakov's not a good striker. So went out and bought him, and these are the two matches which I was talking about. They were both against FC Porto, both at Old Trafford, and both games were laggy like hell. Of course, this is sped up like hell, and look how long it takes to actually load the game. He kicks off, he's running about, passes about for a bit, and like, it wasn't actually too bad that it suddenly stood that. I was like, what the hell? Like, no wonder this episode's called Disconnection Issues. I mean, Jesus Christ. And then again, FC Porto, Old Trafford, again, it was a different guy. It was a completely different guy. I don't know where they were from, but it was a completely different guy. And the exact same thing basically happened. He passed it around for a bit. It was lagging a little here and there, and I was like trying to go, I'll just try and play some good football here. Didier Yakonan getting some shots away, whatnot. And then suddenly the game just stopped again. Like, he should have scored there. I'm not saying anything against that, but he should have scored. And then suddenly the game, like, I'm in possession of the ball, and the game just starts slowing down. I mean, it's even slowing down in the bloody quickness, but I don't know. But yeah, so if you have enjoyed this episode of the Master League Online with the Markcoos Mafia, subscribe to my channel for more, and catch you later.